done here.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the 225 podcast with your hosts, Noah Ray,
I guess I've had
Andrew Cargill, and me, Matthew Albazotti.
Nice. I'm a little sick, everyone. I'm a little congested, so I'm probably not going to be talking as much.
He's going to talk a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty heated about this topic. I think it's, I think I know your viewpoint, and I think our viewpoints are very different.
I don't know my
Very different.
I'll let you start then.
Okay, well, we have...
can we do our head?
So,
I've got a headache, man.
We've got... God, I hate everything about this.
Yeah.
We have the Alani Juicy Peach Peel.
Kind of reminds me of Drew a little bit.
A little bit of Drew energy here. Oh, it's vegan. I want...
Is it vegan?
...to be in this.
Gluten-free. Well, yeah, it's vegan. It's an energy drink.
Dude, don't tell me it's vegan. I don't want to know it's vegan.
So, first thing, you already know, 12-ounce can. I feel demasculated holding this can.
Where did y'all get this? Was this from?
Shout out to Anna.
Yeah, my sister.
Oh, okay.
Who got these for us at the meet.
Yeah.
She got me Witch's Brew. I'll be nice.
Yeah, that's fair. You better fucking...
Apparently they're starting to come back out and all.
Yeah.
Oh, also, so I'm congested, so I don't really have
taste
very well. So
it smells chemically.
Sink it.
Like I can't even taste it or smell it really. I can't taste that at all.
Okay.
You know what this tastes like?
I can't taste it
at all. It tastes like Fresca.
I don't even know. Is that the sparkling water bowl crap?
My mom used to buy it when we were little kids and we would go to the dog shelter helping out dogs. So, yeah. How do you feel now?
Not any worse.
Yeah, I bet you feel worse.
I feel worse drinking Fresca.
Wow. I'm genuinely surprised.
You're gargling down that beach, aren't you?
As long as it's your peach.
Wait a minute. Peaches.
So I'm acting like a caper. I'm joking. It's an inside joke.
That's so crazy. Okay. Ratings. Noah.
Void. I can't taste it.
No.
I literally have zero.
Can you taste, is it just
can't
water?
Even taste the back.
It's like the zero with the line going through.
Yeah.
Non-applicable?
Where do you put it? Non-applicable. Negligible.
I'm not going to drink it because I can't taste it.
I'm honestly surprised. It's pretty good.
You better be careful here, Drew. This kid's telling a lot of shit about you.
You're going to hate me.
Oh, no.
I'm going to give it 7.2.
I was going to give it a 7.
Really? Okay.
Cheers.
I thought mine was high.
This is good. I will. If this is at a meet, I'm going after this.
I'm never going to buy it, but honestly...
I'm going after this.
I am kind of shocked. It is actually halfway decent.
So is that a 7.2 with everything involved? What's the flavor?
Flavor?
Good.
Yeah, the flavor is pretty good. It's a very subtle flavor ranking.
Oh, is it subtle? Because I tasted some of that other energy drink a few minutes ago, and I could taste a little bit of it. I can't taste any of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't say this is punch you in the face peach.
It's pretty non-offensive, which I like.
Okay.
I like things that are more non-offensive flavor-wise. Wow. Oh, I need to go home.
I'm just kidding.
I'm joking.
Flavor, I'd give it a 8.
Yeah,
8, 2.
To me, the only thing that I don't...
So the can and the Juicy Peach only brings it down a point? That's crazy.
I don't know. The flavor is pretty good. It's not crazy.
It's just like a caffeinated Fresca. Yeah, that's dangerous for me.
I'd say an 8.5 for the flavor and stuff.
Yeah, it's
then a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, well, I wish I got to taste it.
It's almost as good as going to Capers.
Hey, we haven't done that yet, so
we haven't.
We may not live past it. So if the podcast stopped, just know we went to Capers.
Oh, we might need to
No, we can't.
So, okay, and I'm not cutting that.
No, okay.
So the topic today, as you read on the
title, want me to say it again?
No, is strategy. How a little bit of what we do when it comes to not being able to eat at home. So all encompassing, whether you're going out to a party, whether you're going just out to dinner, whether you're on vacation. I feel like we've been really out of our variables these past couple weeks.
Can I start?
Yeah, you can start.
I'm scared.
But so we're just going to kind of talk about especially 4th of July, people are partying and eating and especially as fitness people, how do we go to something like that? and like try to maintain, healthy habits. How do you eat out? How do you, go on vacation? So I know Noah was very passionate about this. Excuse me. He like pointed at me and was like, I think we differ in opinion.
Yeah, that was surprising when you said that.
But I don't know if you fully know my opinion.
Like, kind of
and I think I know where you're coming from, but I'll give you the mic.
Okay. Thanks, Matthew. So, okay, I'll start this off. I'm going to kind of drop a bomb. We are powerlifters, not bodybuilders. Not everything that we do revolves around food.
Damn.
If you think everything in powerlifting revolves around food, I'm sorry, but this is not the right sport for you. Yeah, it's great that we can be on track with our nutrition. No, I know. Well, I'm talking about the people that will go out of their way for a family vacation for 1 day or 2 days and not eat out. The people that go or with a significant other, family, and choose to not eat out because I have chicken and rice at home. If you're eating 4 meals a day, 3 meals a day, and they're all tracked, all this stuff, even if they're not, one meal, if you truly think that that's going to throw off everything that you've ever worked for in your whole entire life, I'm sorry, but that's just not accurate and that's not true. And that makes living life unhealthy. It makes it more unhealthy for you mentally because you are not allowing yourself to loosen that knot, to loosen up a little bit. So when people go out of their way to avoid eating with other people, to avoid doing things in life that as we grow up and progress in our life, we should be able to do. If I want to go out to eat with y'all, go to Publix, okay, let's do that. I'm also kind of sick, not super dialed right now. I'm after a meet or whatever. So I'm not in season or anything like that right now. But I think a lot of people put way too much
control. Yeah,
and they don't give enough space for themselves to kind of live life and enjoy life. And that's when it becomes disordered, I think. And that's when it becomes a problem. So for me, when I'm on family vacation, I'm not going to go out of my way. And I've done this before. I vividly remember this. I went to Destin, Florida with my dad to fish. And we were hanging out. We were going deep sea fishing. Yeah. And, in Destin, there's all types of good restaurants down there, like seafood, all this stuff. And before we left, it was a 2 or 3 day trip. I packed, I think 12 or 15 meals, 3 or 4 meals a day of sweet potato and chicken. And that's all I did. And I would not eat anything. And my dad was like, dude, what the hell are you doing? It's good to have goals, but it's not okay to let those goals make life terrible.
You said something to me that I will never forget.
Yeah.
It was when I was my first ever cut. Mm-hmm. So I was pretty excited to cut because I have had pretty bad body dysmorphia. And to me, I almost looked at the cut as an escape from my problems rather than just conquering it mentally.
Yeah.
Because realistically, I look pretty decent. I'm not an IFBB pro and I'm not extremely lean, but
you're not me.
I've got a solid physique and I don't really allow myself to see that. And, rather than seeing that, I was like, let me take the cut to do that. And you were like, dude, and I was talking about my birthday, how I was just going to not celebrate. And you're like, dude, you cannot, you're only turning 20 once. Mm-hmm. You can't eat cake on your birthday. Go to your favorite restaurant.
Go have fun.
Because it's not worth one meal to let that. And I think that mindset is so powerful, especially in our sport.
And also you can even see Chris Bumstead, the pinnacle of bodybuilding. You see on his Instagram story, he travels with him and Courtney. He travels with the Raw team, and he does not eat. He eats out. He'll go into a nice restaurant. Yeah, now prep's different. And once again, we are not bodybuilders. We are not people that our sport relies 100% on nutrition. What we do, yes, we need to eat clean. We need to eat good. And you want to fuel your body with that greatness. But one meal once a week is not going to kill you at all. And if anything, it'll replenish some of those storages and maybe even if you're eating the same thing 7 days a week all the time, you're going to have certain vitamins and minerals that you're not getting in if you're not supplementing everything. So eating a variable meal or two throughout the week could be really good for you. Now, cake, whatever, that's not going to have the stuff you need. But eating out and eating a wide variety of foods, I think is super healthy. And the people that don't do that, and once again, I know there's a lot of people that are like that in our sport that really control their eating, and that's great. Be dialed, be all this stuff. But you cannot let it become unhealthy, because when it does, then it spirals out of control, and then you start thinking of other things, and then you cut calories too low, you start, anorexia, you start throwing food up, you start doing all this stuff to try and cut that weight, when in reality, it's now controlling your life, and your life revolves around food. Like, when I was getting super lean in my prep, I remember every single thing being like, I didn't look at it as food, I looked at it as like calories. Like, this is, okay, this meal is 400 calories, I don't care what it is, like that's just what it is. Instead of being like, okay, this is fueling my body this certain way, this is fueling my body that certain way. And once again, prep's different, but fully living life, especially at our age, it's not like we're world-class athletes. We are state to national level athletes. It's not like a huge deal if we're not 100% dialed all the time.
And like another thing is, saying we're state to national athletes, that kind of has some like weight to it. Like, not everyone's a national athlete, whatever. And not like we're nationally ranked top 10. But right now. But I will say, like, think about high school or think about the collegiate athletes, their like diets, I don't like the word diet, are so much worse than ours.
They're just nutrition in general.
Their nutrition is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to point fingers, but I'm sure if we go to the Kennesaw football, basketball, volleyball, softball, baseball players, lacrosse, they do not eat with the level of intentionality that we eat with. And so I think...
But also, we are not all powerlifters. There's a lot of powerlifters that eat like crap too.
Yeah.
Stefan.
There's also a lot of powerlifters.
I'm just kidding.
But I will say, our enhanced eating makes us better.
No, I agree.
And so, and like
100%.
Taylor Atwood posted on his story the other day, he's like, yeah, I'm on the Whole Foods train. He's like, I ate out yesterday and I feel horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, welcome to the team, brother. Because him and I talk all the time.
Yeah.
But with that, I think it's like, I think the mountain of food or nutrition is a very big mountain to climb and address.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have disordered eating, you have, eating with intentionality, but also like what point does it control your life and what point does it not? And I think I can speak for me, I can make the assumption it's controlled both of our lives before. And I would say right now I'm at a point where it doesn't.
Yeah.
But also like learning to embrace food for what it is, because it's also an experience. Like, take it out of lifting, going and enjoying a good meal with someone, with your boys, with your family, your significant other, can be a very important experience.
Awesome experience that you'll remember forever.
You could miss because of your, locked inness. And I think, if you're on prep, if you're 4 weeks out. For powerlifting, I typically say that 4 weeks out, be super dialed.
I want to tell a story. So,
and thank you for what? Oh.
No. But this is something that I will never forget. And this tells you how much, like, I would not eat my parents' food. I would not eat anything else besides what I had.
Is this the sleepover story?
No.
That one's funny.
That's a different one. But so for my, I think 20th birthday, my mom was like, let's get a cake, all this stuff. I was like, no, I'm not eating a cake. I'm not eating anything. That's not what I normally eat. Like, I don't care. Which, looking back on it, heartbreaker. And I saw that, you doing that, and I was like, I know how much I regretted that and how sad it was, and so I wanted to stop you from doing that. But regardless,
I had cake, but I went to my favorite Indian restaurant.
Yeah, it had fun. Like, it doesn't have to be cake. Like, if you don't like sugar, like, whatever.
I've got enough cake at the house.
Oh,
if you know what I mean.
Anywho, my mom felt, she was like, I want you to like have something that's like a cake, like so
celebratory. Yeah.
And she was like, I can't not. Guess what she made? Mm-hmm. And this speaks a lot about my mom.
You told me, but I forgot.
Yeah, this speaks a lot about my mom and how, like, also as much for me as I was like, I don't want to do this. She got rice cakes, put Greek yogurt in between them, and got like sugar-free sprinkles to like go on top, and put a candle on it. And that was my like birthday cake, because she was like, "Well, you eat this stuff normally, so like you can eat this now." And I was like, "Oh, cool!" And like I ate like one of the rice cakes.
When did you wake up? That's a good question.
Probably when I met Edie. It gave me something other than myself to look forward to.
I was hoping to say when you met us, but that was
no. Well, I mean, I wasn't like. I mean, y'all haven't seen me like that. I mean, I met Edie
like that. Yeah.
I met Edie, and I'll also never forget. We went out to a restaurant on our first date, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't eat any of this," and got like chicken and noodles, and like ate the chicken.
Wow.
And then I was like, I can't it's not healthy to hold a relationship like that. Even if both of y'all are like that, it's still hard because you should have those experiences one-on-one. You should be able to go out to dinner, treat yourself, like go out and have fun. Have a pizza every once in a while. Like it's not going to kill you. In our sport, and once again, I'm talking about powerlifting. I'm not talking about bodybuilding. I'm not talking about people that are already obese. Like it's like the average person. One meal once a week is not going to hurt you. And I remember being like, I can't, like I have to choose. Like, do I really want to be like a top tier like bodybuilder athlete? Which also to do that, like that takes drugs and all that stuff, and I was not willing to do that at the time. So, like, I was not super willing to put everything forward for that. So I made the decision myself to try and let loose a little bit, try and, like, make good habits. Because I had those habits already made of, I know how many calories are in a lot of food, how much protein and stuff like that. And trying to keep my protein high and eat clean foods, but not have to track every little thing that I put into my body and be able to go one meal and go out to eat, enjoy those experiences. And my family wants to come see me in Kennesaw. I'm not going to be like, no, like I can't go eat lunch with you.
Yeah.
And I want those experiences for later on in life. And then I'm also going to get into the whole drinking thing a little bit because I know you don't drink. I know you don't drink. You're not even 21. But
I'm not even.
Neither is
But-
he.
well, regardless. For me, I don't think drinking makes an experience. I think it can enhance an experience. So for me, I only drink very selectively because I don't really like drinking in general. I talk like an alcoholic. I don't drink a lot.
Loves driving.
I
too.
drink maybe,
That's
once.
a joke.
Yeah, once every like 2 or 3 months. I drank with Edie's family, but that was a special occasion. I was with her dad, her mom, Edie, her aunt and uncle, all this stuff.
After your competition, too.
Yeah, and after my competition. I wasn't in prep. It was the week after my competition, so I felt like being able to relax a little bit and having a little bit of downtime. I think that's great for every athlete in every sport, whether you drink or not. But I don't think drinking once every like 2 or 3, 4 months, that's not going to do anything to you. And I think having those experiences, like I stayed up with Edie's dad until 1:30 in the morning on the back patio just talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's an experience that I'll remember for forever, I think. And that's something I'm glad I wasn't like, oh, I don't want to do that. Or I can't, I want to pass on this opportunity because of just what was being said and like what we talked about. Like I'll cherish that forever.
Mm-hmm.
And not that drinking made that experience, but it was like a part of it. So like I think it adds to it. And especially, even like in college, like going and hanging out with people, going to get a beer with a friend on Sunday watching football. Like I don't think that's a bad thing. Now, if you don't want to drink, like that's fine. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, you're stupid and a baby for not drinking."
I always knew you
more power
hated
to
me.
you. Like more power to you. That's
said that to
fine.
me last night when you were forcing alcohol down. No,
No, but like more power to you. But I think the it should be like for the right reasons, not the right reasons. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're
But
saying.
you know
I
what I'm
think the
saying?
whole like idea is kind of like don't hold on so tightly.
Yeah, let
And
loose and live life a little bit.
I think so. Like with drinking as a health, well, there's a couple points of. It's a very layered thing. It's like an onion. I just watched Glass Onion last night. Pretty solid movie.
I thought you were talking about Shrek.
Didn't love.
That's a
the
good
ending.
movie to go back to too.
Yeah, we can watch that
Shrek
tonight.
So all 5 of them. Whoa. But I think with
There's 4.
did they not announce it
Yeah, I
yet?
think there's 4.
I thought they announced it.
No, that was just a myth.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
I know
So,
we all had our hopes up.
With drinking, I mean, it's awful for you.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like as I get into like Andrew Huberman, who was health, biohacking, optimization dad, worst thing you could do for your body. I mean, it raises your heart rate.
It's poison. It's literally poison.
It's called intoxicated because
Yeah.
it's a toxin.
Mm-hmm.
So that as a thing of like, you're doing something pretty bad for you. Don't do it in excess. But I also think
everything
like
in moderation.
I think for the most part as well, and I've had I won't say a troubled past with drinking. I've never drank a lot, but I've been hurt by like alcohol and stuff like that. So it steered me away
That
from
was
it.
me. I came home one night and beat
Yeah.
the shit out of it.
That's insane. only is. Not
I had my
kidding.
keys. I was driving. I got home, slammed the door, and just beat the shit out of Matthew. I'm just
That's
kidding.
so crazy. It's like why we have nice things. That's why we can't be serious.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I try and bring light to bad
It's really
situations, and that's my way of doing it. I'm
really
sorry.
funny. I do the same. Humor is a coping mechanism. So, but yeah, I mean, I think in terms of like, it can enhance an experience. You don't need it. It
Yeah, I
depends.
agree.
But I also think like with all of it, don't hold on so tightly. Because I mean, wow, even in the cut I did, it was November to February. I cut like 15, 16 pounds.
Over that time's tough because of Thanksgiving, Christmas.
And I don't like Thanksgiving, so it was
Greatest holiday of the year.
But
Best holiday.
Christmas and stuff, it's like, and I also think if you're just a health conscious person, not eating a super unhealthy cheesecake is a bad thing. Like, you know, like our family gets together a lot. I don't need to eat cheesecake every time.
Yeah,
But I also think like
moderation.
exactly moderation. And I think that's kind of the goal. And like, that was funny, and this is a little off topic, but like you were talking about the whole soy thing and how soy is and everything. It's an estrogenic compound. It's super bad for you, and all of that. And it's like time after time, it comes back to eat whole unprocessed foods. I think the same thing with disordered eating, with tracking, with all of that stuff. I think there's a time where you can track. I mean, I've tracked for probably a summation of 3 years, and right now I'm not tracking. And it's again in moderation. Want to be healthy? Try to stick to whole unprocessed foods. You're eating out. You're on vacation. Don't fill yourself with carbs. Eat protein first. If you're going to a party, have a protein bar on the way. Lower your appetite a little bit. I think it really it's really simple, and the industry complicates a very simple topic. Like this summer, I've been trying to be, I'm not going to say more dialed, but more, what's the word? Aware, considerate of the foods I'm eating. A little bit wholer foods. I've been training my accessories a lot harder, just trying to like do that a little bit more, focus on my physique in the off season. And I mean, I put on like 5 pounds since the summer started, and like I really haven't noticed. But with that to say, I mean, it's very simple. It's just eat a lot of protein, don't eat a lot of carbs in excess. Carbs fuel you. Don't be afraid of them.
Yeah, your brain runs off sugars from carbs. So
I feel like it's not too hard. Drew, what do you got? I'm cooking something.
I like burritos every day. Give me 26 chicken burritos.
That was 1 week. It was 1 week.
I think we can tell that story.
Yeah, very quickly.
Oh my god.
This is horrible. Yeah, while he's going, I'll say a quick story.
Yeah.
Tell the QT story.
We've said that one
Yeah,
before.
we've said that
yeah,
one
my dad made fun of me for that. So when we first like kind of moved here, it was my first time like moving out, and it was always be like a when I wanted to make meals and stuff. Like, all right, I want to make everything together. But like every week or so, I'd change it up, and it'd always be like, all right, I'm gonna find one meat product and use that for all that I have. And so I had the brilliant idea of doing adobo chicken burritos. I got like 10 pounds of chicken breast and marinated them, and I made probably 40 burritos.
It took up like half of our fridge.
Yeah, I made like 40 burritos. I ate 3 of them for every single meal. And when I say every meal, I mean breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Bro was eating like between 9 and 12 burritos a day.
I was eating like a dozen burritos a day.
All he ate.
Yeah. So I've gone off that. I've gone better.
That's when I knew he needed help.
Yeah.
Dear God.
It was,
Drew, let me help you.
I'm actually a professional bulker. Pursue for the health benefit. It was like, you know what? I need to help the world and become nutrition. But my thing on drinking, I don't drink. It's just
That's not true. He has
you said it earlier. It's okay.
Underneath his bed. He tries to get me all the time.
They try to get you?
Get him to drive him places. It's unbelievable.
I love it when you drunk drive me. It's an experience.
Yeah, Drew gets so excited.
But yeah, I mean, it's just
It's like a roller coaster. For
like a roller coaster. But I mean, my thing is, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's like
Get deep into it.
no, not on here. But it's like stuff like past just always kind of been a bad thing. Like literally what y'all said, it's poison. And always at like a young age, even like my dad would say, this wasn't like I've done my whole life around this, but it's like if it doesn't help you towards your goal, why do it? And that obviously like enhancing spirit and stuff like that, but it was just kind of one of those things of
My goal is to get drunk. So.
hey, get closer and closer. But I mean, like something like that, I truly have no reason or intention to go towards it. Nothing but horror stories behind it. So I mean, something like that just does interest me. Don't really care if people do it, obviously, but I mean, it's just nothing that's interested me with it. Eating out for me is.
He hates eating out.
I hate eating out.
For
Like,
good
I
reason,
officially
though.
hate restaurants. I don't like eating out at restaurants anymore because I've had this tangent with you a couple of times. I hate eating out at like sit down restaurants now because it's never worth the price of me eating somewhere and actually eating a meal. If I eat anywhere around here, at least $15 to $20, and I'm still going to be starving.
Not a Longhorn.
Nope, Longhorn. We've already had this talk. I had
Yeah.
to drop $70 just to be filled.
Okay, get better.
No, yeah, that's why I don't eat there anymore.
Yeah.
But
Delicious.
like eating out, it's
Not
a
the menu.
that's no get the. Anyways, like the only places I'll eat out now is like a build your own like Chipotle, Cava, or Moe's because I mean I can stack it up and have it for a
You
moderate.
get the least amount of food at most.
It depends how you make it. I will say
I
that
think
for
you
like
Spend a lot of money at Moe's.
yeah, I that's why I've been doing Chipotle more recently because
I
for me
think-
to be satisfied at Moe's now, Moe's flavor wise is better.
This is just like it's not dumb, but it's like we really we're pretty high maintenance when it comes to like our daily life. Like
Bougie bitch.
I look at my grocery bill monthly and I'm like, damn. Like I know people who spend what I spend when I spend a week for a month.
I'd
you know?
still rather do what we do than like go out to a restaurant though.
No, I'm
because
just saying, like,
price
for
wise.
us to fuel ourselves, even like semi properly, like what I eat in ground beef a week, a family eats.
Bro, for my dinners, like if I cook dinner here, it's a pound of organic grass-fed ground beef.
$7 for dinner.
Oh, dude, like if $20 to go eat, that's what I just paid for chicken thighs the past like first half of my week, and that's $3 a pound, about six and a
Eating
half.
out is just so expensive.
Yeah, it's like 7. So that's like 7 pounds of chicken thighs. I do like 12 ounces every meal. So I mean, I've got 6, 7 meal, or even more than that meals for one compared to just one meal eating out, and I'm still probably going to be hungry because normally they try to accent the other side pieces. I want protein. I want protein to be my big course thing, and everything else to be the side parts.
I've stopped getting extra protein out because I know I have protein at home.
But see,
like,
then to
I'm
me, there's
gonna-
no reason for me going out.
It does, but like extra protein at Kava is a 50-50 toss up if we get.
Yeah, but also
Yeah,
then you have to
they've been
think
skimpy on me
it's
lately.
50-50, so it's basically 50% off every time. Because half the time you don't pay for it. So if it's $2 for
cooking
extra
right now.
extra chicken, you're technically only
Technically
paying
only
$1 every
$1.
time.
He's
Well, they've been small scooping me lately.
I'll tell them I want 4 full scoops.
No, I say four.
Yesterday at Kava, I went with Edie,
You
and
went to Kava with that?
it was one in Atlanta.
I went to Kava.
CJ works at it. In Atlanta.
Really?
Kava in Atlanta.
Wait,
Like an hour from here.
Oh,
And I went,
I think
I
just
was
outed
ordering,
him,
and he was
maybe.
like, hey, bro, what's up? I was like, CJ? It was just so interesting.
probably lives there in
Anyway.
the summer, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know.
He probably commutes 45 minutes to the city for
I have to
Kava.
go to Kava. But,
just to make sure he doesn't get caught.
yeah, but they, she gave me like half a scoop, and I was like,
You better say, CJ, come here and
I was like,
hook me up.
really?
Well, I said extra chicken once. She gave me 2 scoops, and I was like 4 scoops. She's like, oh, I wasn't sure if you meant just like you wanted chicken. I was
Yeah, like if
do
I
I
say
look like? I'm like, do I look like I want 1 scoop of chicken?
yeah, when I say double serving, I say 4 scoops because I'm
Right.
scared to death they're gonna think it's just 2 scoops. I'm like, no, I want double. I want 4 scoops.
We've been
I have to
so
tell them
beefing
that.
with Kava. Recently.
Yeah, I'm
It's
aware
not
of-
beefing.
I haven't.
Kava. I have beef with them. Kava went public. For those who don't know about the stonk market,
Yeah.
and
Stoinks.
ever since their IPO, they have been like management has been cracking down. So at the Kava near us, there was an employee who used to give free bowls.
Yeah.
to like everyone.
Occasionally.
So obviously-
Occasionally.
No, they were like, it was every other person they were saying.
She
They're
was
like, we
giving-
weren't
like,
the only
She
people.
was actually costing the company money.
Yeah, she was like
Oh,
that
wow.
point.
So like originally we thought it was just us getting free bowls.
Yeah,
but
we
then
thought
it
we
was
were cool.
Everyone.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so she got fired, but we used to love that kava.
Yeah,
And then we've got some homies who work there now, just people we met because of how often we go.
yeah.
But they've just been a lot more like tighter on things. The app only lets you get two, what's it called? Sauces.
So like obviously we know like that's how they run and that's like how
3
businesses
sauces,
work and
one
stuff.
I only ever get 2. The one in
They do
Atlanta,
three.
one or
3
2.
servings.
What are you talking
Of
about?
what?
I get like 2 scoops of tzatziki, 1 scoop of
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the scoops.
Yeah, on
not
the app they
sauce.
only do
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah,
so
I mean I'm not
stupid.
gonna yeah, it is stupid. But excuse me. What really pissed me off, because I went yesterday.
225. The problem with kava.
Yeah. Because like again, I used to love this. Matthew took me there.
I took everyone's kava virginity.
Okay. But
Everyone.
he did take
Loved
mine.
And everyone
Loved
loves
it. Because Crumble's right next to it. It's fantastic. But I don't know if I'm going to go back once they started wanting to charge me for extra rice. Rice is not what you can get me on.
You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
Edie's new apartment, 50 feet from a kava.
Dude, she's
It
living
is
the life.
walking.
How close is Crumble?
I don't know, but there's like a smoothie place, walking distance. There's one of the make your own pizza places. There's Kava,
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Sprouts, Whole Foods. I literally.
We have a
it's right next
Capers
to it.
walking distance.
That's valid.
Yeah.
I want Capers so bad. Capers is so gas. Oh, what I would do for some Capers.
What I do for some Capers. But
This is so insane.
yeah, I forgot what we were getting. Oh, yeah.
Your Kava.
Yeah, Kava.
Debacle.
Yeah, I'm not going there as often anymore now because the rice, it pissed me off. But because we
I
were talking.
bet you if we ask him tomorrow, he'll be like, "I'll go to Kava."
Oh yeah, they'll
Yeah.
probably convince me.
Or we'll go to
We're going to
Crumble.
Crumble after. Okay.
Oh, of course.
But what's it called? I already told them the story about when I was in Florida. My family will only do like 2 meals a day, so I had to Instacart turkey and rice so that I could
And that's
actually get my
different. You're
meals
just
in.
eating more food. I'm talking
Yeah.
about like
Oh,
not
yeah,
eating
no.
like if you
Mine
were
was
like,
different from
I
what
don't
you were
want to eat my family's meal and just eat turkey
Yeah.
and rice.
Dude, I was at the beach.
Yeah.
Favorite. So this is.
Whoa.
No, this is.
Word.
If I were to choose one meal for the rest of my life, I would eat
It's
this.
gonna be like baklava or something.
No, not baklava. It's a poke
Brunswick
bowl.
stew.
I love
I
Brunswick
know,
stew.
yeah.
Love Brunswick stew. It's a poke bowl at this place called Timothy's. It was a shack, and obviously poke bowl we know it is, but it's like coconut rice with spinach, avocado, raw tuna, like soy sauce, wasabi, and stuff. As basic as it gets, but it's my all time.
Yeah,
It's-
basic as hell.
And I could have it for the rest of my life.
Honestly,
Wow.
if I
Is-
have one bowl for the
Fan.
rest of my life,
Pick it.
hold on.
You could do kava. I'll be honest. I couldn't do kava every meal for the rest of my life.
I can do kava.
Every meal for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
You'd put Chipotle or kava every meal. for the rest of your
Ooh.
life. No, you can't. Chipotle has nothing on kava.
That's true.
But
but
nothing.
price.
yeah,
Price is
price.
But it's 50-50.
No,
50%.
my bowl is less than $9 at Chipotle, and it's 15. Okay,
Well, it doesn't taste good.
doesn't matter. I get my protein and I'm full. That's fine.
No, we're supposed to enjoy the experience.
No,
We're gonna have to sit Drew down and talk about experiences again.
Drew, you're not living life right.
I'm trying to approach my goals. Trying. Can't
Kava
say-
should be your one and only goal.
You're right. That's on me.
I'm going to buy Kava stock. And then go there
They
every day.
lost a lot of money.
Did they actually? So it's time to buy.
Yeah.
No,
It's on sale.
buy when there's blood in the streets.
Yeah.
Blood
It's on
on the
sale.
street. What are we talking? Wait, kava?
That's the same.
Yeah.
You buy.
Okay, camera's dead. Let's wrap it up.
You buy in the stock market when there's blood in the streets.
I've never heard that saying.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. This has been a fun podcast. And I actually think the flow was pretty good. Sorry my voice
I actually
isn't
did
all
think
good
that
and I
went
was
decent.
coughing a little bit. Hopefully I'll be better by next podcast. But yeah, thank y'all so much for listening. You can find me at Noah Ray Lifts on Instagram. You can find Drew at The Berserker. You can find Matthew at Alb82.5 on Instagram. So make sure to follow
Where
us
can you find us?
at the 225 Podcast on pretty much every single social media, even though we don't post anymore. on social media, but that's okay.
And we're gonna figure that out at some
We'll
point.
get better.
We'll be
But,
like Sam Sulek.
If y'all are still here, let us know some questions y'all have for the podcast. We would really appreciate it. So, love y'all. Bye, everyone.
I love you
3, 2,
too.
1.